So, hi Vishesh, how are you?
Hi. I'm good, Mahima. How are you?
I'm great. Hi Rishabh, how are you?
Very good. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you both virtually. And love the trailer of Cash. Are you happy with all the reactions that you've received after the trailer's release?
Fabulous. I think yeah, we are taking it in. Since the time it's come, the reaction has been so positive. We're actually very happy that we were. I mean, you expect reactions, but in today's times, with social media connectivity in general, the reactions coming in such large quantities and so soon is also a very positive thing, especially if it's a good reaction.
Yeah, so far all comments have been positive, have been encouraging. So we are very excited. We're really hoping that the audience will enjoy the film. So that's where we stand currently.
Okay, so the movie is going to take us back to the demonetization days. So, tell us, what is it exactly about?
So Vishesh and I were always keen to make a film around. So we were having a lot of story discussions, and we always want to do a film about entrepreneurship, and the entrepreneurial spirit. So we'd had a few discussions, and then we would have discussions about other things in life as well. And one of those discussions happened to be about demonetization. And we said, there is an opportunity in within our discussions to marry these two ideas. Like maybe we can showcase entrepreneurship during demonetization, because it's, while you can call it a positive step, you can call it a tragic event. I mean, we have no judgment on that, but we said it's still a great backdrop within which to tell a story, against which to tell a story. So that's how, I mean, I would say it was the product of several discussions that brought us to this story. And we had a very clear stance on day one that we want to, even if we're setting this during demonetization, the idea is to make people look back and laugh. So let's take everything in the lighter vein. Let's and I think it's much easier to sort of laugh about things in retrospect than in the present. So yeah, so we had great fun, and the whole idea here is to just make a light-hearted, breezy, entertaining film for the audience. Which we hopefully achieved. Yeah.
So, after 3 years, can we expect a movie in the COVID times?
That would be too predictable, right? Yeah, but we didn't talk about it.
Yeah. As soon as COVID came, the lockdowns seemed as ominous and sudden a news, and we were like, oh my god, like, is this actually happening? And the first lockdown news came in, everything shutting down, and yeah, there were a lot of people at internally team. ये तो part 2 हो सकता है, but that you need some time to breathe. That how it goes, like too soon. So yeah, you have a few years, and then you can look back and laugh at the right things, you would say.
Hopefully, we'll be able to laugh about it one day.
Right.
Yes.
No, I mean it's been a very tragic time. For everyone. Everyone has. So if we do want to make a film along the lines of Cash around COVID, we have to be very, very careful, because I don't think we'll have to make a comedy film if it's a follow up to Cash. So yeah, I think it should give us a couple of years to come back with the script.
But I think that will also be the what Rishabh mentioned earlier. The point of Cash as a story, I think, more than the event that took place, is that in the face of all these challenges, how the Indian entrepreneur, the startup founders, how they rise up to the challenge. I think there is, we wanted to give almost like a special tribute or mention that it can be monsoons flooding, a city, and climate change, various things. But we versus what people get in the developed world, we are now matching targets with our unicorns that are taking up. They're matching any international company, but with we have our own local challenges, right? And they rise up to it. So we wanted to say like that spirit that they have in a humorous way. So I think that's more the focus of a story. The things are like the backdrop. So even if it be more than a story on demonetization, which is as the backdrop, it is this journey. So even if tomorrow we go to another significant event, the point was that it's what's a significant challenge to this entrepreneur, and that's how we approach this whole narrative.
Wonderful. So now coming directly to your lead star, that's Amol Parash.
Right.
Um,
I think the
What
videos-
made you feel that he was a perfect fit for this story?
So Amol's a fantastic actor. You know, he's also someone I had worked with on a series before. So we already had a working dynamic, and I mean, when we sort of wrote the character, Amol was an instant fit as far as we were concerned. I mean, not that we didn't talk to a couple of other actors as well, but Amol was like top of the list for us throughout. And it just so that the timing worked out, and you know the dates worked out, and the other great thing is that, so I'm not sure if you're aware, but Amol happens to be an IIT student. He's an IIT graduate, and on top of that, he spent a lot of time, like, because as we told you, the film is about an entrepreneur. It's about a guy who wants to fund his startup, and Amol has sort of been through that startup period in his life. Like, you know, he did dabble in that. So there were a lot of
His friends are from this universe.
His friends are from that universe.
So he has the nuances, you know. I mean, it's not like nowadays. Obviously, actors go and research something, but he already has all that. You know, he knows that universe. He's lived that life. So that was also one of the most important things that, you know, in humorously you're doing something, but you know the real undertones of it. Amol understands it better than us in ways, you know. So that was one of the.
So he was an obvious choice, and we had great fun. He's got great comic timing. I hope. I mean, I'm pretty sure that everyone's going to appreciate his work in the film, and he's a great guy above all.
But are you happy with his work in the film? Are you happy
Extremely.
with the way it turned out?
Extremely. He's like, I mean, we're really happy that you know it worked out with Amol.
After like we were seeing it, I mean, we couldn't have imagined like Amol not being there now. It just becomes so correct. He's so correct for this film and this role.
Yeah. Having said that, I mean, we can talk about lead cast. I also feel our secondary cast, our parallel leads, everyone has done. I mean, we just finished a screening, and people across the board told us that the entire ensemble has done a great job and has done consistent, good comic work through the film. So that was very rewarding to hear, you know.
Yeah, because in a comedy, I think in general that you need memorable, you know, actors, characters, and one of our takeaways was that people are talking about all the characters. You know, it's not so protagonist focused in that sense that they talk about all the characters and the journey of the story, but they remember even characters were coming for a small period of time.
Correct. So
I think up to the writing, but also the perspective those actors and those characters have brought to the script. That is, I think that was a very good response.
And just to add one small thing, I also feel that while making the film, what I experienced, which was really gratifying for a director, was all my actors really got along. There was no politics, you know, no one was trying to steal anyone's lines. No one was upset that someone is going to get more laughs than them in a particular scene.
Yeah.
So just having like a set of secure actors, you know, who are just here to help you realize your vision as opposed to drive their own agenda and just steal the limelight. We were lucky to get actors who just wanted to be part of the process and you know contribute to it.
And I think Smriti, Kavin, Krishna,
Gulshan Ji,
and Swanand Kirke, you know, it's a very interesting cast setup. Also, they're probably all working together for the first time in that kind of in this kind of a story or a comedy, and I think it makes it for an interesting experience.
I think that the reason that the entire team got together so well and gelled so well is like a reason behind the trailer looking like a package.
Yeah, I mean, package. What do you mean by that particularly?
Like a package,
like a complete package.
Big deal, yeah, like a complete package with the perfect cast and the perfect storyline, the perfect comic punches and everything.
That's very kind of you to say. But yeah, I think like there's even if there's a larger story at play, there are like subplots and you know like what other characters are doing in the film. always have a bearing on the larger picture. So I think people, when each character got cast and came on board, they were very excited just to sort of, they're like, okay, like, I have 5 scenes, but I'm excited. Like this is fun for me. I see how my story is contributing to the larger picture. I like the impact my subplot is having to the larger plot. So I'm very so just to reiterate, I just feel the best thing was that every actor was just happy living his character, was not interested in, or wouldn't say not interested, but had no insecurity about what's happening in another character's track or another on the main track perhaps. So we were very, very lucky with our cast.
And I think based on an event like this, we needed to run multiple streams, and those characters were leading their stream pretty well. So that's what I think it kind of synchronizes well in the narrative. They were giving, every character plays a different point of view and shows a different aspect of that event. So hence I think that also played a very good role with all of them.
Okay, great. So now my next question is, Vishesh, your other films like Jannat and Murder 3, they
Right.
generally had like a darker side to them, like a darker theme. There was romance and everything else,
Right.
but there was a slight darkness to it.
Right.
But this is sound like an out-and-out comedy. So what made you switch?
I do.
He did, definitely. I will say that. But I think what made me switch was, I think even from the time when Jannat came on, I think it came at a time around 2007, 2008, where I think cricket and the euphoria around it was at its peak. So what interested me in that narrative, or we went with that story, was that we wanted to say what's the alternate perspective about, the IPL was coming in, cricket, and it was just to give like, okay, there's always another dimension of perspective. With Jannat, way back then, I think at that point there was news snippets here or there, but you want to tell a story in another universe that cricket also lives in, which would seem darker, but it does exist. And Murder 3, I think, came from a very interesting. I mean, yes, it is. It was an unusual subject. I think I personally want to challenge myself as a filmmaker. So whether it was the suspense or the kind of narrative Murder 3 also belonged to, intrigued me a lot. And then meeting with Rishabh and discussing this narrative is a new journey, and the challenges that come with it and the new narratives stories we can throw up is what motivates me. I think with every story that I hands-on do, I try to say that, can we push the envelope? Can we say something that the audiences find refreshing, I would say. Even if it's not new, but refreshing, or maybe a character's journey can be told in a way that has not been told before. And that's usually what's been my motivation. And
So actually, like even whenever Vishesh and I've had story discussions, we never married to genre in any way. We just start with the story, and then sometimes you feel that as you have more discussions around it, as it grows organically, sometimes the story finds this genre. So even if I remember correctly, that this was maybe like 2 years ago, or a year and a half, just before the pandemic, when we started working on the story of Cash, our initial instinct was to maybe make it a drama. That's where it began.
Yeah.
Funnily, so we started, and then suddenly the elements in our discussions, we started having a few laughs, and a couple of elements came into the picture. We're like, maybe we should take this towards comedy drama, and then by the end we're like, let's just make an out and out comedy, because I mean this story is pulling us in that direction.
Yeah.
Every story is every filmmaker's dream, right? You don't want to keep making the same thing again and again.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I think neither of us have any genre trappings. We are only going to be thrillers and we're only going to make comedies. The idea is to use genre as the best way to present a particular story.
Exactly. Yeah.
As a part of the audience, I want to say thank you, because we all can use a few laughs right now.
Right.
Thank you for making it an out-and-out comedy. Now, before I take your leave, I just have one more question for you. In a previous interview, Vishesh had mentioned that everybody has a demonetization story, no matter how big or small it is. So I really want to know, and I think everybody watching would really want to know your stories, starting with Rishabh.
So, I mean, I don't have any personal stories attached to demonetization. Of course, what I do remember very vividly is driving past petrol pumps and seeing this long line of cars, because at that time, I mean, I think for a couple of weeks they were accepting all 500 and 1,000 rupee notes for you to fill petrol. So I remember that very vividly, because there's a petrol pump like the moment you get out of my lane where I live. So that was one memory, and of course, we'd heard of neighbors giving money to their help to deposit in the banks, and there were so many articles. In fact, I mean, even the lines outside the ATMs. I mean, I'm sure you remember the endless lines outside the ATM, only to find out that there's the cash is over now. Now you can go back home and then try again tomorrow. So these were things that we had encountered, and I think those discussions actually led to the birth of cash. So unfortunately I have no personal story, but I know stories of like friends and relatives and stuff we read in newspapers at the time, and I think that's where we drew from.
Yeah, I would say I think the personal stories would be like, I think almost obviously everyone had cash in hand, which is you have money. You are not in a digital economy, which we are today. So that's the benefit of, you can say that having to survive without cash has come today, and we are perceiving it and enjoying it. But at that point, we didn't have this infrastructure, we didn't have this ecosystem. So at that point, obviously, everyone in for a rainy day keeps cash in hand. And when this announcement came, I think everyone's personal journey is like, okay, how will somebody would not have change even, and we have that small element even coming in, giving a rickshaw wala 2,000 rupee note, for example, right? And he said, "Mere paas chutta nahi hai, tere paas chutta nahi hai, bank se yahi mila." So those kind of things we all went through, and those are the small one. I think, yeah.
In fact, as Vishesh mentioned, there were, our film is about having black money and illegal cash, but there were a lot of people who just had a lot of legal cash lying around their house.
Yeah.
And even for them to go and put it back in the bank became like such a task. And then there was only a certain amount of money you could deposit on a daily basis.
Correct.
So if you had 10 lakh rupees sitting around at home, 10 lakh of white money at home, it took you maybe 10 days to actually deposit it in the bank, or withdraw it. And there were all these there were all these stipulations back then. So I mean, even I have sort of vague memories of it, but I remember all of us sort of seeing that happen to each other, And but I must mention one thing. I happened to read an article just a couple of days back, and while we've all gone so digital, like I use Google Pay and Facebook Pay and all these things constantly, there is cash usage has also gone up exponentially in the last 5 years. So
and you can't classify, I think, in that. I think in a way that's why we kept this title, and makes people understand from various perspectives. All cash is not black money. I mean, there's a reason currency notes exist. It's because they solve a purpose.
We made this film with white money. I'm mentioning that. Okay, you can check the books.
So I mean, currency is it solves a purpose. It's it's a tool. It's an instrument, and it has been that, and it will continue to be. It operates the way it does operate, and I think people can look at that even after this narrative and say, it's all cash. You see our logo also, black, white, black, white. I mean, we've done that. There was a deliberate thing to say, ultimately it's money, and it's a means to purchase something.
Right. So so do notice this. It's like white, black, white, black. Yeah. So that's some symbolism in our logo.
Yeah.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much for this great chat. I had a great time talking to you, and I'm really looking forward to watching Cash. All the very best for the film.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Thanks, Sanskriti. Bye.
Bye.